Hey everybody, it's Joe from the Strange Voyage Files, and it's July 12th, 2026. And I want to first out give a big shout out and a thank you to Vinyl Keith, who, without him, I would not even know this album existed. He's got a channel, he does some great reviews. I highly recommend him, great guy. I will put the link in the description to his channel, but he just did this album. When the Walls Came Tumbling Down from Def Leppard. And this is amazing because this is from, this was, I guess, a record store day. I never knew this album even existed. So the record store day from, it's the date on it's 2021, I believe. So I got it on eBay. It was not too expensive, brand new. So, and this is from the On Through the Night tour. This is New Theatre, Oxford, April 26, 1980. And it's back when, what's its face, Medicine Man was before, because that eventually becomes Rock Till You Drop, and When the Rain Falls becomes Let It Go. So that's how old these are. And there's a lot of great Def Leppard songs that, Beyond the Temple, that's a great one. Not a big fan of the songs that were on the first Strike demo. Heat Street, See the Lights, forget what the other one is. Those three I didn't think were all that great. There's three of them. But there's some good stuff that Def Leppard did. There's another one. Well, there's like Misty Dreamer. There's War Child. But there's other songs and those ones were released. But now I had a decent version of Medicine Man from a bootleg, and I had a horrible version of When the Rain Falls from Reading. So this sounds pretty darn good too. Especially for a 1980 concert. You got Joe here, you got a very, very young Rick Allen. This was, I put this on and it's really good. The quality is really good. Very happy with it. Steve, man. And then Sav, they cut out, yeah, there's Sav. Pete. Now Pete's in the inner pictures, but oh man, yeah, you got these inner pictures. Yes, Pete is, yeah, Pete's right there. Pete's right there. I know there's a few other pictures of Pete. He's right there. But sadly he's right there too. I will beat this dead horse forever. I don't think it's Day. I think it's Joe Elliott trying to erase the stigma of Nawabum with the first two albums, and Pete is so tied to that. Forget it. But anyway, you're not going to go down that rabbit hole. I've done that enough times. But you have When the Walls Came Tumbling Down. Could Be You. I love that song. What a deep track. Love that song. Rock Brigade's on here. Satellite, another deep track that I love. Medicine Man, Answer to the Master, When the Rain Falls, Sorrow is a Woman. Sorrow is a Woman is interesting because I don't think there's a middle ground. Either you love that song or you hate it. I have heard Sorrow is a Woman get blasted. I love that song. Good Morning Freedom, great B-side. It Don't Matter, awesome. Overture, Lady Strange. So Lady Strange would, of course, eventually make it on High and Dry. But at this point in time would have been like a track. I don't know if they were playing it before then, or if it was a newer track that eventually would make it on High and Dry. So it could be like at this point it could have been like a preview track. Get Your Rocks Off, Hello America, Wasted, and Right Into the Sun. And again, the sound is great. And I've shown you my little record player over there that I had to hook up an external speaker to. It's not the greatest. When we're putting the brakes on spending, as you can see. Trust me, I'm not lavish in money. Yeah, I don't drink. I haven't drank in years. gave up smoking years ago, never touched drugs. Got a little bit of an addiction though. I mean, you know. So we here at the Strange Voyage Files family, you've seen my wife's room with all the books. We've made the conscious effort. We pump the brakes as far as the spending, but I am going to get a better record player at some point in time, because I do have vinyl that's like, this sounds great on that little dinky Boytone record player, and CDs and tapes and the radio sound great on it, and I switched the head, the needle. Just for whatever reason, records don't sound as good as they should. But this sounds good. If it sounds good on mine, you got a real stereo, it's going to sound great. Def Leppard, when they were awesome, when they were hungry, when they were, again, every song on this is great. You're not going to go wrong with any song on this thing. So, I highly recommend this. Again, it's on eBay. I don't remember exactly what I paid for it. It was not a whole ton of money. I have found that the record store day albums become either highly collectible or will sit and sit and sit. I have a feeling this is one that kind of sat, because it was easy to find. It was, there was like an Ozzy Believer 45, I believe, that's like $400, something crazy. That probably sold out real fast, and this, I wouldn't be surprised if the guy who sold this probably owns a record store, and he's like, man, I just gotta get rid of this thing. So, highly recommend it. Again, I want to thank Vinyl Keith. Great guy, great channel. I didn't even know this existed. Strongly suggest Steve, man. Go on and on about how underrated Steve is. He's not only an awesome guitar player, but a great songwriter. I mean, come on. What is Def Leppard tanked after he passed away? But, okay. Get this, Def Leppard when they're young, hungry, and the Wobble. Sorry, Joe, when the Book of Rock is written, I want us to be close to the Beatles and Stones as possible. Well, every stupid album you put out, in my opinion, after Adrenalize, has pushed you farther away from them. A lot of people think after Hysteria. A lot of people think after High and Dry. So keep doing what you're doing, buddy, because that Book of Rock is you're probably going to, you may be in the index at the end. Highly recommend this. When the Walls Came Tumbling Down, great live album, and I'm not a big live person, you guys know this. Highly recommend. Get it again. Thank you, Vinyl Keith. I will see ya. Why doesn't it work the first time I press the button?